Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back for another YouTube video, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Cardano. We're going to be taking a look at its recent sell-off, what caused this, and why, in my opinion, you have no reason to be bearish on Cardano. Cardano, in my opinion, is only going one way, guys, and that is up. You've got to remember it is fourth in terms of market cap, slipped down from third only recently, and it's not even yet a finished project. They have a roadmap that has 5 steps. They're only on the third step, which is Gogan, where they implement smart contracts to their Cardano network. So the fact that it is fourth already as an unfinished project, to me, is just an overarching bullish sign. But there are a lot more sort of things going on with Cardano than I think people even realize. In my opinion, Cardano is only going up. And what we're going to talk about first, guys, is we're going to talk about the recent sell-off. What essentially caused this, why this news that we got is a good and bad thing. Very briefly, we've made a number of videos covering the whole Coinbase thing. I did make a video not too long ago, which was basically me sort of bloating about telling you that Cardano was getting listed on Coinbase about a month before the news actually broke. I'm joking. I only touched on it a bit. I didn't spend the whole video going on about it. Yeah, so essentially this sell-off that everyone's been very, very curious about essentially was caused pretty much by actual Cardano going live on Coinbase Pro. It was a typical case of sort of buy the rumor, sell the news. Everyone was, of course, expecting Cardano to continue to go up. The news was, of course, broke. And what essentially happened, and it usually plays out this way in the crypto market, is it sold off significantly. So Coinbase Pro listed Cardano. This is extremely significant and extremely bullish news, perhaps not in the very short term, but in the long term, this is extremely bullish news. And the reason being is that Coinbase is most people's sort of first port of call that get into the crypto space. It is the gateway for sort of normal people, if you will. Their Coinbase app, not Coinbase Pro, in my opinion, is one of the most user-friendly cryptocurrency sort of exchanges for newbies, people who might not be technically savvy or who perhaps, get confused very easily or just haven't really done this before. Coinbase, in my opinion, is fantastic for those kind of people. Yes, of course, you can argue about the rates, the kind of markup that they're making on it, but at the end of the day, for new users, guys, you can't really beat. I certainly wouldn't send a new user to Uniswap, put it that way. So essentially, that's what caused this wick. And the reason being is, guys, yes, Coinbase Pro and it being listed on Coinbase Pro means that there is more potential for it to be bought. There's another avenue for it to be bought, which theoretically should increase the liquidity in terms of the buying power. But what it actually also adds, as a result of it being an exchange and trading in pairs, is it adds an increase in its easeability to be shorted. So what I mean by that is not only is there more buying opportunity as a result of it being on that exchange, there is also more selling opportunity, if that makes sense. So there's pros and cons to everything in life. There's polars to everything in life. But essentially, there's no reason, in my opinion, for you to be bearish on Cardano. I still think we're following the same sort of roadmap that I set out for everybody. I'll pull this up again very quickly and we'll move on and we'll take a little look at Ethereum and Bitcoin. What I was saying to you guys was that everything follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin follows 4-year cycle theory. That's confirmed to me and I'm absolute on that. I think until I get information to suggest otherwise, I'm sticking with that. Ethereum follows it more closely as it's a larger altcoin. And ADA follows it sort of less so. And the real reason Bitcoin captures the majority of money and they all look like they're following Bitcoin is because that's most people's, where most people put their money first. And then when they get comfortable with it, they'll sort of explore into alts and they'll go to higher altcoins in terms of market cap than they will lower most of the time. So that's really why you see everything following Bitcoin, because Bitcoin gets the money first. But I think Cardano is absolutely still following that. It's certainly looking true. That chart that we did was a while ago. ADA hadn't even hit its all-time high yet, but it just essentially did the exact same thing as Ethereum, and Ethereum did the exact same thing as Bitcoin. It's positive in a way that they sort of reacted more volatile. The reason being is just because there's less money in these cryptos, which means that to make them volatile is an easier task. So Bitcoin, once it sold through its all-time highs, previous all-time highs of 20k, essentially capitulated, sold off and capitulated. I think you're seeing the same thing happening with Ethereum. and I think you're seeing the same thing happening with Cardano. And essentially what came after that for Bitcoin was a big leg to the upwards, where I think Bitcoin went from around about $21,000 all the way up to around about $41,000. So it nearly doubled in price. I think the same thing's coming for Cardano and, of course, Ethereum. I know there's a lot of people right now that are shouting out head and shoulders on Ethereum. I can see how some of you may think that. It doesn't have to play out, though. There are, sort of alternative ways that it plays out. So I'm not really calling anything there. But what I'd like to really see from Cardano now, guys, I'd sort of drawn a channel on here not long ago for you to say, look, if we break out of this is extremely positive. We have now broken out of it, and what I'd sort of like to see is I'd like to see maybe us come down a little bit lower, get back to our sort of previous all-time highs, and then maybe sort of round off and just go into another continuation pattern. That would be something that I'd be very happy to see. I actually in some ways like pullbacks, because not only are they an accumulation opportunity, but they are they're healthy. Think about a race car driver driving around a track. He is going to need to take pit stops to fuel up. If he didn't, he would cover less ground overall. So that I just thought I'd get on here and sort of explain what was happening with the sell-off. Nothing to worry about, in my opinion, guys, at all. Typical case, like I say, of buy the rumor, sell the news. People get in based on the rumor, and then when the news comes out, they'll sell it. And this is just, we've seen this happen so many times in the crypto space. Ethereum isn't potentially, we'll see what's happening with Ethereum, but it's still, in my opinion, guys, both Ethereum and ADA are just following Bitcoin, and in my opinion, going to continue to do so. And the next leg up that we see, I think, is going to take Ethereum to nearly double its price, and also Cardano. I could be proven wrong. We'll see. It, of course, doesn't have to play out like this. None of this could come to fruition. This is all my humble opinion. But like I say, I just thought I'd get on here and share it with you all. So that is really it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think is happening with Cardano? And what's your sort of outlook on Cardano? You got to remember that the sheer sort of scale of what Cardano is trying to achieve is enormous. I mean, they're almost redefining the whole sort of concept of money in a way. I mean, I suppose that's what the whole crypto space is doing, is sort of redefining the whole concept of money. But a coin like Cardano, there's a lot going on there, and there's a lot going on there in sort of third world countries and countries that don't really have financial instruments. And Cardano is really, seeking to not only capture the sort of Western market and the sort of wealthier market, but it's all inclusive and going after the entire market, and that's an important thing to remember. So, like I said, I just thought I'd get on here and just essentially tell you that there's no reason, in my opinion, to be bearish at all. I'm certainly not bearish whatsoever. You guys know my opinion. I haven't sold any of my Cardano yet. It's all locked away in pools, and essentially I'm not going to until we reach certain prices. I predicted a $5 Cardano in this sort of cycle. That is looking now like it's going to be significantly outplayed, in my opinion, because I think the entire market has a long way to go, and not just Cardano. And I think this year is going to be a spectacular year, similar to 2017 or 2013 prior to that. So that is all I really have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop me a like. A comment is definitely appreciated. And get subscribed to the channel, guys, because we've got videos coming out on a day-to-day basis, and this channel is growing at a rapid rate. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm going to love and leave you, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks a lot.